Aloha and welcome to This Is Now. I'm Dylan Encheta alongside Ashley Nagaoka. Today has been declared a first alert weather day as a red flag warning is in effect until this evening.
Yeah, conditions are prime for fire danger, and that has the state on edge following those devastating wildfires on the Valley Isle. Casey Lund tells us how emergency responders are preparing.
Aloha from Lahaina, where the winds really picked up even earlier this morning, and the heat got to us pretty early in the morning as well. So conditions are ripe for extreme fire danger. I'm surrounded, as you can see, by dry grass. This has been cut down, but where the grass is higher, it's a really dangerous conditions. I want to show you we're just shy of the Lahaina fire station here, where they have additional resources on hand for today's red flag warning. More on what they have staged coming up in just a minute, but we want to talk about the conditions. Those gusts throughout the morning kind of picked up and went away, but we expect them to be in the 20, 30, 40 mile an hour range throughout the day. They could get that bad with gusts up to 50 miles an hour. Now, I was able to talk to the National Weather Service earlier today. The forecaster there told me it's not going to be what we saw on August 8th with those gusts up to 75 miles an hour, but still, those winds can create extreme conditions for a fire and can push it along very quickly. I also asked him about the topography of Maui specifically and how that can make those winds even more dangerous.
There's portions of the Maui that really can get funneled winds, especially like through the Maui Central Valley. And there's also downslope winds that can occur over and downwind of the terrain. So with a dry and stable air mass that sets up, it creates a cap where the winds can't spread around the mountains. They need to go up and over them. And it's kind of like blowing through the straw, where it'll end up accelerating the winds down the slope. And then you'll have the really, really strong downslope winds that develop, like what happened in the Lahaina area here on August 8th.
A reminder, there are several things you'll want to avoid today, especially parking in dry grass with your vehicle. That can start a fire easily. The National Weather Service said today is a day to practice extreme caution.
Any fire that develops today is going to spread rapidly, and it's going to be very difficult to control. So any outdoor burning activity should be avoided until these conditions end. Just be careful out there today. Don't be throwing cigarette butts out the window or anything that could catch flame, because everything's really, really dry right now, and we just need to use extra caution today.
Back out here at the Lahaina Fire Station, a little bit about the resources that they have in place to kind of keep an eye on things today. I was told that starting at 8:30 yesterday morning, they had about 15 spotters staged from Ukumehame Beach all the way up to Kapalua Airport, and they're working with the National Guard. Those are folks sitting and watching for fire starts and also keeping an eye on people's behavior. They also have their air resources, Air 2 at Wailea Fire Station staged, and Air 3 up above the Lahaina Fire Station as well. They have extra engines to provide relief, and they are on top of things, keeping an eye on this red flag warning first alert weather day. We, of course, will be pushing out alerts on your phone. Stay with us for the latest on air and online as conditions change, and be careful here, especially in West Maui. Reporting at Lahaina, I'm Casey Lund. For now, we'll send things back to you.
For an in-depth explanation of the red flag warning, let's hand things over to our first alert meteorologist, Drew Davis.
A red flag warning has been issued until 6 p.m. Thursday. High fire danger is expected across the entire island chain. A common question that we get here in the Hawaii News Now First Alert Weather Center is, what exactly is a red flag warning? The name doesn't exactly scream high fire danger. The National Weather Service issues these warnings whenever there is a combination of high winds, low relative humidity, and dry brush fuels across the island. They're forecasting for fires to spread rapidly. A red flag warning does not forecast for new fire starts. Leeward parts of Hawaii fit into this criteria right now. Sustained winds of 15 to 30 miles per hour and wind gusts up to 40 to 50 miles per hour. The strongest wind gusts will be downwind of higher terrain. We're not expecting as strong of winds as with Hurricane Dora's passing to the south, but you should still take caution with this weather setup. Minimum humidities of 45 to 55% are expected Wednesday night, and those are expected to drop even further on Thursday. And of course, we have dry brush fuels across the entire island chain. Drought has severely worsened over the past several months. You can protect yourself and family from wildfires by using extreme caution with flames, avoiding parking on dry grass, clearing dry brush from around your home, clearing your roof and gutter of dead leaves, and trimming tall vegetation that could act as a ladder to any wildfires. And as always, download the Hawaii News Now First Alert weather app. Will let you know as this forecast evolves.
Now, because of that red flag warning, the Kauai Island Utility Cooperative has decided to de-energize multiple power lines. One serves Koke'e and Makaha Ridge, another serves Mahalepu on the south side. KIUC says it will not restore power or fix outages from Port Allen to Mana until the red flag warning is lifted. Meanwhile, Hawaiian Electric says they will not be shutting off power despite the elevated fire risk. HECO says that would require coordination with emergency management officials, first responders, infrastructure owners, and regulators. But the utility says it's working with emergency officials on safety plans through the end of hurricane season.
There's